Hello, welcome all my beautiful vibrant souls to this week's Astrocast. This is going to be looking at the week ahead, which will cover November 21st, 2022 through November 27th, 2022. Man, you guys, I can't believe we're almost to 2023. That's bonkers. I think I've commented on this previously, but this is just like a little side note before we dive in for this week. I can struggle to be consistent sometimes. It's something it's on my radar. I'm working on it. And one of the things that I've been doing this year to kind of try to help keep myself a little more consistent with my posting is like, okay, if nothing else, if I don't get to any other videos this week, I'm going to make sure I always do the Astrocast for the week ahead. And it's been a really fun exercise for me personally. As I'm, getting to the end of this year. I think the only weeks I skipped were when I was on vacation and then sick for that 2-week span. Excuse me. So, as I approach the end of this year and I'm kind of getting to the end of that challenge, I would love to hear from you guys to see if this is something that you want me to keep going, if you want me to do more frequent Astrocasts for like an upcoming season or break it down by zodiac sign. So if you have things that you want to see, I'm not to 1,000 subscribers yet, so I don't have the community poll available yet. I will be putting those up frequently as soon as I get to that point. So tell your friends, have them subscribe if they like this kind of content. But until then, please put it in the comments if there's something else you'd like to see. Because as much as possible, I like this to be a collaboration between myself and y'all, my beautiful blossoming community. So now that I've gotten that sappy rant out of the way, welcome back to all my old friends. Hello and welcome to all my new friends. So for those who are unfamiliar with astrocasting, the unfamiliar, uninitiated, let me give you a brief rundown of how this is going to go before we dive in. As you can see, we have this circular board that's divided into 12 segments, and these represent the 12 houses of the zodiac and their natural areas of rulership. I do want to put this out here with a caveat that even though this is for the natural house placements, this may play out significantly differently for you based on your personal astrology. So your personal house placements, planetary placements, interplanetary aspects, all that good jazz. So if you're looking for an Astrocast for yourself, I don't currently offer them as like a permanent fixture in my shop, but I do custom orders. So please feel free to DM me for a custom order. We could look at an Astrocast for, a week, month, few months, a year ahead for you and your personal astrology. So yes, natural areas of rulership. And then what we do here is we have this cute little buddy. Oh my god, this like little jar with all these cute little tarot cards. Look at this teeny tiny 5 of cups. He's so sad, but it's not the big sad, it's the little sad because they're so cute and tiny. Oh my god. So I reach in blindly and then pick out cards, cast them onto the board, excuse me, and interpret the energy of the card in the corresponding area of life where it falls. Hang on, there's these little teeny tiny, there's a little fly on here. Hang on. I don't want to hurt it. There we go. Sorry, I didn't want to hurt the little guys. I just wanted to relocate them. Okay, so they're gone now. But yeah, I think that's just about everything. With that, let's get started. Let's see what's ahead for our week. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, my allergies and asthma have been absolutely awful. And I'm trying to do that. I don't know why it's hard for me to do this with my eyes shut. It really shouldn't be. Okay. So, let's see what we have. Ooh, okay. So we have Knight of Wands in the 10th house. We have the 2 of Swords. I'm going to say, you see how the top of the card is mostly pointed inward toward the center more than anything else? I would count that as reversed. So I'm going to say we have 2 of Swords reversed pretty much predominantly in the 12th house. We have the 5 of Cups reversed bordering the 1st and 2nd house. We have the Page of Swords reversed in the 7th house. And we have the 5 of Swords on its side in the 6th house. So whenever a card is really clearly on its side like that, this is where I take it to mean that the energy is in flux. I do want to pull one clarifier for this Page of Swords in the 7th house. Okay. There we are. Can you guys see all of this? You can. Oh, lovely. Hang on. But can you see it well enough? Let me just fix the camera, you guys. Sorry about that. Oh, Beautiful, darling. Stunning, gorgeous. Okay. All right, I'm just kind of honing in here. I don't know why. I feel like the central theme, the underpinnings for this week are wrapped up with this Knight of Wands upright in the 10th house. So with this kind of being the underpinning energy for the week ahead, there is movement forward, especially with a lot of the other cards we get. There's something here about seeing a way forward, seeing a plan, like, seeing a way to move forward and figuring out how you want to plan your next steps along your journey. So this is why I do feel like even if things aren't changing, excuse me, in your external reality, with the wand suit, this is, you know, the spiritual, the energetic. So this is where it's like, okay, I know what to do. I know how to move forward. I have a spot on my glasses. That part's not from the Knight of Wands. That's straight up from me. Because I'm fixing my glasses. Apparently I'm a mess this morning, you guys. Hang on, I'm just fixing this. So yeah, this is where it's like, okay, I'm motivated again. I've made my decisions. I've gotten the word. I know which way I'm going. And now it's a matter of, you know, taking the steps. It's a matter of, you know, following the plan, following the trajectory. And I do see that with this Knight of Wands. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the 7th house message. Page of Swords reversed and the Ace of Pentacles. You know, Page of Swords reversed, this is, so I'm seeing several things. For some of you, there may have been a relationship that you were having trouble letting go of, especially when it came to communicating with them electronically or like creeping on their social media a lot. This could be somebody who you were talking to a lot, but nothing really ever came out of it, right? If you were like spying on them a little bit, it never made you really like feel any better. It never gave you a sense of closure or resolution. If this was somebody you were talking to, this is somebody who you're talking to and like you guys never really quite meet up. You never go on a date. You never really make the leap. And so if that's kind of what's been going on for you, I do see that this week you're going to be kind of releasing it or releasing some type of expectation, right? Let's say if it's somebody you're talking to, out of everybody that you're talking to, you like them the most. So you're kind of like holding out for them more than anything else. I'm just taking a sip of my seltzer. Oh, delicious. Okay. This is something where you're kind of like, you're calling it this week. And this could be because you're getting a more solid offer, or this could be because you want to make room for a solid offer in your life. Either way, walking away from something unstable or kind of like, it's given kind of energy, walking away from anything that's sort of unable or unwilling to commit a certain amount of time and energy, like tangible investment with you, is making room for what it is that you actually want, right? So like I said, this is somebody who, you know, they can't be bothered to go on a date, but they hit you up at midnight with a "what you doing" kind of text. Like, you know, there's somebody where you guys are just like talking endlessly and they keep flaking on dates, or they're really avoiding having to make one. You know, I'm not like saying this is a bad person, but they might just not know what they want in their life right now. Whatever is the case, I feel like you guys are kind of releasing this situation, and this is bringing in a much better partnership, a much better opportunity for partnership. Now, for others of you, there has been a particular relationship in your life where there's been a sincere lack of communication with the Page of Swords reverse. For some of you, this is related, because I keep being drawn to this 5 of Swords. This is related to an argument that you guys had, or like a falling out that you guys had. And this falling out was about grounding the relationship, right? Anything that ever borders the 6th and 7th house, for me, as well as the 6th and the 5th house, because the 5th house can deal with romance, is all about grounding a relationship, right? Making something, excuse my burp, a part of your everyday reality, having it be a healthy part of your, like a balanced life, right? Excuse me. So this may have been the issue before. One of you may have wanted to commit more. One of you may have been like, okay, what are we doing? Like, you know, trying to have those conversations, and this sparked either an outright fight, a series of fights, or it was like very tense. It was like bordering on having a fight about it. And there's something where there was a lack of communication as a result, or a lack of quality communication. And if that's the case, I do feel like you're going to hear from this person this week. This person might come in with an actual solid offer. I'm getting the kind of energy that it might not be what you were originally asking for, but it's very solid. So like, let's say if you wanted to have a conversation with this person about what are we, or what are we doing here, they might not be ready to be as committed as you were hoping for initially, but they want to talk and they want to be honest with you. So that way, anything you guys do cover, anything you guys do talk about is very sincere. It's very solid. And so any progress or movement forward, you can count on, even if it's like you're repairing and getting back to where you were, it's very solid, right? This person wants to have something more stable with you than they've had before. And for some of you, this is because, if there's been a separation or there's been some time apart, this person realizes that your presence in their life helps them feel more balanced, helps them feel more at peace within their own life, at peace within themselves. For some of you, this person was like argumentative with you and picked fights with you, and they want to come forward and apologize for that. They were kind of acting out their own stuff, and they're aware of that now. So I do kind of see that. For some of you with a partner, this is something where maybe you guys haven't had a lot of time for each other. You guys might have had a fight over what's posted on social media for some of you, but you guys haven't had like as much time together. And so I think this is going to be a surprise, but your partner's coming forward with an offer. And this feels like, hey, let's go do a weekend getaway. Hey, let's go, let's take let's use our time off requests and like take a day or two and just like turn off our phones and just spend time together all day. This is something this person wants to give you because they recognize like that you guys need time for the partnership. So this might come out of nowhere. And for some of you, this is going to be somebody you're outright separated from. You're not really in communication. And they're reaching out not only with communication, but with something very, very solid to offer you. And it's going to be kind of a surprise this week where you're like, oh, shit, okay. So I do kind of see that here. I'm deciding what I want to talk about next. So I'm being drawn to this 5 of Cups reversed, bordering the 1st and 2nd house. There's something where there was a loss, and I feel like not only was there a loss that was like painful to deal with, this also was a blow to your ego, a little tiny bit. And when I say blow to your ego, I don't mean like, oh my God, you have such a big ego, like whatever. That's how I talk. That's what it sounds like behind the scenes. This is like something that was you really identified with. It was really like something that you were gunning for. It's that kind of thing where it's like, it seems really in alignment with you. Other people would have been like, oh wow, yeah, that's the perfect job for you. Or, oh yeah, that's like, that person is such a good, fit for you. It's going to work out so well. There's something where it was like heavily in alignment with your personality or your kind of like public persona. And then there was this loss. So it was like not only the loss of the thing itself, but this loss of like a piece of you. This feels like something where it's, there's public, not recognition, but like the public's eyes are on you in this scenario. Everyone was kind of like, oh yeah, that's such a good fit for them. And then this loss was kind of like hard to kind of stomach ×2. So I am kind of picking that up, but because it's bordering the 1st and 2nd house, this is also something where there was this loss of something that not only was like a part of your ego, but something that you kind of put a sense of security on, right? It made you feel secure within yourself. This is why it's also a part of like that ego, because it's, to lose it, to have to forfeit whatever this was, could have kind of produced feelings of insecurity, instability. So there was that loss, but because the 5 of Cups is reversed, I feel like you're gaining a new perspective on this. This could be where something even better comes along because the 2 cups are still left standing. So something even better that comes along, particularly if there was a loss of a relationship, a friendship, a really important connection that made you super happy. But yeah, so this week is going to be one where I feel like you're kind of finally like turning the corner on this. You're finally like, okay, I'm just taking another sip of my seltzer. Okay. It's like, all right, you know what? This didn't work out, but that's okay. And this is because there had to be this small, like little mini ego death surrounding whatever this is. And now that you've really done the work and you've stripped away the layers of what's not working in this scenario, and like what's actually true to you and what's not, now something that you actually really do want that is aligned with you is going to be coming into your reality soon. So this week you're going to experience kind of a shift in perspective about this, where you're like, you know what, it's okay, it's fine. You know, what's done is done. What's in the past is in the past. I'm sure there are better things up ahead. And this is really changing the energy really heavily for you. For some of you, this may have been a job as well. Excuse my burp. With the second house, this could have to do with a living situation. Oh my God, you guys, I can't stop burping. I'm sorry. But whatever this loss was, you're finally able to let it go. You're finally able to kind of be like, you know what? That's fine. It's going to be all right. There's going to be great things up ahead. I just know it. And this is for me really what's at the heart of this Two of Swords reversed in the 12th house. 12th house, last house of the zodiac. This is all about, you know, the wrap up here. And the 12th house can also really talk about illusions. I feel like whatever has been going on in your life, it's been kind of cloudy. It's been casting illusions into your life. Like, did I really want this? Do I stick around and I wait for this? You know, is this over? Is it going to keep going? Is this actually really what I've been manifesting? Is this really in alignment with what I want? All these big questions that you guys have been asking, I feel like the clouds are clearing this week. You're seeing things as they are. And this is why I feel like the Knight of Wands in the 10th house here is kind of the underpinning of this week ahead, is that, you know, the 10th house is our status, it's our legacy, it's how we're known, but it's also what we build for ourselves in this lifetime, right? What we can kind of put our name on at the end of this life. So it's really like big themes here. It's also a career house as well, I will say that. So for, you know, an overarching theme, the reason why this is important is because this is really looking at our life story and saying, okay, you know, what's the character I want to play this lifetime? What do I want the story to be, and who are the people I want to tell it with? And there's something about kind of zooming out a little bit. I feel like that's helping you guys sort of take back some of your power. And this has everything to do with like perception of the events that have occurred. So with the Two of Swords reversed in the 12th house, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be seeing things a lot more clearly. And this is going to allow you to make any decisions that you need to make, as well as make cuts that you need to make, right? So again, like cutting your losses and being like, you know what, it sucks, but I'm sure better things will come out of this. A lot of you guys are having a massive shift in perspective. And I do feel like this is also very much wrapped up excuse me, I'm sorry, in this Five of Swords in the 6th house. The 6th house is a solid mind, body, spirit connection, right? And this is why it's about balancing all parts of our lives in order to create wellness for ourselves, create happiness, abundance, a grounded life. So with this Five of Swords on its side in the 6th house, for some of you, these difficult cycles are more internalized. They have a lot to do with your internal thought process. For some of you, these have a lot more to do with external interpersonal relationships, right? And I feel like that's why it's on its side, is because for some of you, this is more for some of you, this is more like, who here has ever felt personally victimized by their own thoughts? Like, that's kind of what you're going through. And for some other people, there's just been a lot of other external influences in your life that have caused this chaotic, tumultuous turmoil kind of energy. So a lot of you are looking at where this sense of turmoil is coming from and how to move past it. So a lot of you are kind of releasing connections. And if that's the case, I don't feel like it's like a dramatic fallout this week. I feel like this is things that have happened in the past, and you're kind of just letting go of attachment to those things, right? Whether it's through feeling sad, through feeling angry, through feeling hopeful, you're letting go of the attachment that you had to those situations. And for others of you, this is more of an internal process, and you're kind of like allowing yourself to let go of those chaotic, tumultuous thoughts. And allow yourself to experience more peace in this given moment. Because again, this was kind of a theme of last week as well. But this week is going to kind of be a continuation where you're really looking at, what do I want to build? What do I want to be able to put my name on? What is the kind of life I want to invest in living, the story I want to tell? And so that's really a motivating factor for a lot of you guys as you're moving through your week ahead, is continuing that process. A lot of you guys have had, especially with last week, had those big epiphanies. And then this week, you're really kind of moving forward with that. You're charging forward with that and being like, okay, you know, I am ready to let go of what is not part of the story anymore. I'm ready to welcome in what is going to be part of the story. You're feeling motivated. You're feeling empowered. You're feeling ready. And sometimes the Knight of Wands can kind of lose longevity, so he can kind of run out of steam. So I always kind of, you know, put the Knight of Wands energy out there as like, okay, just be mindful of that. Like, you know, making sure you're not biting off more than you can chew, or that you're going after things that you're going to want for more than, you know, more than the moment. Because he can have a little bit of shiny object syndrome. But I don't get that feeling as much here. This is more like use this burst of motivation to make the changes that you've been wanting to make, to move forward the way you've been wanting to move. I feel like the universe is on your side this week through this sort of Knight of Wands energy. I think the last thing I'm seeing with this as well is that some of you guys are going to get offered a step up in your career. I don't feel like it's going to be a full-blown promotion, but this is like you're getting your foot in the door, you're getting an opportunity. This is something you're going to be really excited about, really motivated for. And I feel like it will lead to really solid things. So this is what your week ahead is kind of looking like. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope I get to read for you in the future, and I'm wishing you a bright, happy, blessed week ahead, love bugs. Take care, okay? All right, bye.